I'm doing this video series on the coming financial Armageddon, and it's coming up very quickly, and it's going to be sprung on people by surprise. Now, they're hiding all of the effects and the indicators. Now, of course, the media isn't saying anything about it. They will give the occasional hint that things aren't going that well, but in the main, they're not stating how dire the situation is. And where we're at now is a lot of currency and wealth has left the country due to trade deals and the borrowing of money and interest payments on that money. So there's much less money in wealth in the country now than there was 30 years ago. And you can see that your spending power has dropped. Now, that is on the way to financial Armageddon. But they are trying to make out like things are fine, everything's normal, there's no problems. And one of the ways they do that is, I'll just show this information here. This is the Queensland government Get Started Sport Recreation vouchers, and there's also one in New South Wales and I assume the other states as well, where they will give you, borrow the money from the banks, international banks, give you $100. They've just upped that to 2 times a year, by the way, in New South Wales, so the kids can do sport. Because one of the visible indicators is that people don't have less money would be that all the sporting organisations begin to close down. And that would be a real cultural change. They don't want people to notice. Then people will start asking questions. Why can't en masse kids afford to do sport anymore? And it's because there's less money in the economy and in the country, but they want to hide that fact. And this is what these vouchers are. They look like the government's helping. Oh, look, they care about the kids. But no, this is to hide the situation we're in now in the lead up to the Armageddon. As far as the timing of when the financial Armageddon hits Australia, when the timing of taking us down, there's 2021 is appearing a lot in government programs and projects. If you look at this one, the program runs until 2021. What they think that suddenly people are going to have money, and they that last one of the videos I did on that power, how they're going to transfer expensive green power from just South Australia to New South Wales, because that's when the Liddell power station closes. That's in 2021, and there's a few other landmark things happening in 2021. So that may be the year for the bail-in, and the bail-in will be the final stage. They're going to take our super through the stock market collapsing. They're going to increase taxes and take our wealth on an ongoing basis, and then they're going to take all of our stored wealth through this bail-in. And it's going to happen all over the world. I've been talking about Basel III in some comments. That's the new regulatory regime that the International Bank of Settlements is imposing on banks around the world. And according to SGT report, Sean and X22 and Jim Willey, Deutsche Bank, if they apply the audits to them, they're going to find out that they're insolvent, that their balance sheets are, it's untenable. They're virtually non-existent anymore. The whole bank, the debts just far outweigh any of their cash that they hold, and their customers' cash too, by the way, because they're going to have a bail-in over there as well. So that's going to collapse. That's going to be then the domino effect. I think in Australia, I think around 2021, maybe the bail-in will happen then, or that'll be well on the way to it. I think that's a key date where it'll be tipped over the edge by that point, where they're going to essentially say to us that you don't have any more public assets. We're taking all your bank accounts, and all your taxes are going to be taxed, all your income is going to be taxed ad infinitum for into the foreseeable future. Exactly the position that Greece is in right now. That they stage that as the proving ground, I guess, as a test case, and look, it's worked perfect. And they're going to start doing that to nations and economic zones all around the world. Now, I just want to do a quick update on the last video that I did. The more information has come. They blurred everything out on a vision that I'd seen, and they didn't name anybody, but they've since arrested some guy and put him up. I still think it's a hoax, although one of my commenters did say, and this is a possibility, that it's also, it could be the case of not letting a good crisis go to waste. So that's happened, but they've kind of got all these actors in to go, it's horrific, because even if it did actually happen, there was no one's died. Guy was out of hospital the next day. Should be really a non-story. So there's two possibilities there. I still believe that it was a hoax. I think they got control of the court systems. No one's died, so they don't have to appease anyone who's lost anyone. They can just or pretend to. They can just run the whole thing through the courts, and this doofus, this face he's got up, but was it O'Dwyer? I don't know what his name is. Anyway, he's an actor, or even if it's real, they're not going to do much to him anyway. So, it's a quick update on that. So, it's still all bullshit. The law that they're bringing in is unjustified either way. So, all right, that's it for this one.